Hey, what's going on, Facebook? Happy day, happy day. Hope you're doing awesome. What is it, Tuesday? We're in a Tuesday. Have these days like you just been blending together and they just seem like one big long day? I don't know, it feels like that sometimes. So I wanted to just check in with you. Check in, see how you're doing. Hope you're doing awesome. It's about 2 o'clock here. Getting ready to do a little foam rolling. And I got my exercise set up, ready to go. I shared with you the other day from the hammock. Sorry, there's a helicopter, I think, going by. It seems to be that the case in the afternoon when I come on here live. Planes, helicopters. We live near Naval Base, so there's sometimes a lot of activity. Seems like there's lots of activity right now. But I wanted to just kind of pose this question as I'm getting ready. This is a foam roller. If you do any exercise, you have no idea what this is. This is like one of my favorite pieces of exercise equipment. Literally, it looks like one of those noodles in a pool. It's just a big one. And it's called a foam roller. It's actually a really, really awesome tool. But with that, now, of course, you feel maybe like I'm baiting you on right now about why bother? Like, why bother exercise? Like, that's the thing. Now, I can share with you what might be the appropriate, how much exercise you need, what, sort of things. Do I do cardio weights? That's not what I'm talking about. Why even bother? Like, why bother exercise? Hey, Mark, what's going on, David? Hey, Vinny, welcome. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for watching me again. Dawn, welcome to be on here. So why bother? I would love right now, if you're in there, simple question. Why bother exercising? Hey, we got one life to live. We'll do okay for the most part. Like we'll get by. Like, I know probably past generations, maybe if you think back and look back at history, people didn't like exercise like they do now, like we do. We have gyms and places to go and trainers and coaches, right? And do like formal exercise, maybe do classes in yoga and spinning and cycling or swimming or anything. And why bother? Like, why not just, kind of go through life and not? Well, I know a lot of people don't exercise at all. And, some do okay. So why bother? I would love, this is my question really this afternoon, is not so much to talk about it, more is ask. So if you're watching this right now, why do you exercise? I would love to know. I was going to make this a question just to ask, like, why do you exercise? I'll share with you why I exercise. And I can tell you as a husband, I've been married for 18 years. Let's just start there. You know what? I had a number of things I want to share with you why I exercise. While you're listening, feel free to let me know why you exercise. Put it in the chat right below. Just message. I want this to be interactive. I'd love to connect with you. I'm going to talk about it a few minutes. So first, why I exercise. When I met my wife, we met actually, honestly, through a connection in the exercise field. Actually, one of now close friends was a colleague of mine, was a spinning instructor, and I was a spinning instructor at the same time. There was a holiday party, and that's where I met my wife. It's pretty awesome. But then, one of the things I wanted to impress, like back in the day, I wanted to be in good shape, like kind of look good and feel good about myself. And when I was in my 20s, and maybe you can feel the same if you are there, maybe you're there now. If you're in your 20s listening, chances are not, because I don't think anybody is in their 20s. If you are, you need to get off of Facebook if you're in your 20s right now. And on Facebook, go to your younger platforms, right? So with that, they all bust on us for Facebook as well. They're like, oh, that's for the old people. Yes, I'm an old person. But I would say yeah. So back when I was younger, it was about getting stronger, fit, look good, good for the girl. And I have the girl. Like, I've had the best girl ever for the past 18 years. I would just say as a marriage. Being healthy for my marriage, sanity when there's stress, marriage stress, that sort of stuff. And it happens. Don't tell me you haven't had any stress with your marriage. But I'll say that exercise is a great way to help with stress. So I would just say, even just in that relationship, let's go maybe a couple of things, because I could be on here for forever talking about it. But I would love for you to tell me right now, if you're just jumping on here, why exercise? Why bother? I'm sure you could do okay. You might even be able to have a good marriage. But I can tell you that for being married for 18 years and dating and being healthy and doing active things, we've done some amazing things. In fact, I saw a picture the other day of our honeymoon. We went to Hawaii. Now, this was back in 2002. It was an amazing trip. We had such a great trip. It was right before we moved to Florida. We literally moved out of New York, got married, and moved to Florida. And it was awesome. And on our trip, we went to Hawaii. And guess what? Like the second or third day in, we chose to do this kayak trip, and it was not like a little go for an hour or two. It was a set all day, and it was a 17-mile kayak excursion in Kauai, around the Nepali coast, I think it was called. And it was a 17-mile kayak. And here's the funny thing: is we just got married, literally like, like still in our like wedding stuff. We literally, like, suit was gone, and like a couple days later, here we are. And it was a tandem kayak. Now, my wife and I are both pretty strong-willed, and we weren't expecting to be in a tandem kayak. It was really interesting. Who got to steer? Who got to be in charge? And my wife has been in charge, but I got to steer the kayak. But anyway, I say is that we've been able to do some amazing things just being healthy and active and fit. And some people, I know that may be not a choice, but that's just for me. Being healthy and lean and fit, and being healthy for my family, like not having things come up because I've taken good care of myself, being a good steward of my body, for not just for me, but also for my family. I want to be a good example for my children. Like that, to me as a dad, having a 16-year-old who's just finished working out, and a 16-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter, is as a 47, and my wife, who will be 47 next month, in her birthday and stuff, is like, I'm excited to see that. I'm excited that my kids, well, they have to pursue their own direction and obviously do the workouts and do what they do. And again, you're like, well, you're the coach, it should be easy. No, in fact, they don't want any of my help. But I'll tell you what's really exciting is they see mom and dad doing this. So that's another reason. I might not even get by just family alone. Hey, Dirk. Hey, Nick. Appreciate you for being here. Bones. Deb, Bryn. Bone and muscle strength as I age. I don't want to be brittle bones. Yeah, so that's a really good thing. And I want anybody else to chime in. Sarah, jump in here as well. I would love if you're watching right now, I'd love to know your why. Deb, perfect example. Bone and muscle strength. What happens when we don't keep our muscles strong and our bones strong? What happens? We get older. Well, we're going to get older regardless, right? Like every hour of every day, we get a little bit older. And I would say sooner or later, your muscles break down, your bones break down. And that's a perfect point, Deb, is that if we don't do anything about it, they don't stick around. It's not like you're going to be some like, what's the guy's name? Captain America, who's going to, be as strong as he is, forever and ever and ever. You actually have to put effort into it, and you have exercise as part of it. I don't care if you eat healthy. I don't care if you're skinny. It doesn't mean you're strong and your bones are strong just because maybe you look like you're in shape. If you don't actually pursue that, it's not going to stick around, right? You don't know what you've got until you've lost it. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes as we get older and our bodies change and our metabolism change, and we really realize we can't have a whole pizza anymore because it puts 20 pounds on. You look at the ice cream and it puts on 1,000 calories before you even eat it, right? But then also our bones and our muscles, right? The reality is, when we get older, our bones start to wear and our muscles start to wear. And that's another good point. And that's a definitely good why. Why? So that when you are older, you can do the things that you want to do and enjoy life to the fullest. And it's going to be hard to do if your bones and your muscles are not in a good space, or a good place. Excuse me. Kim, welcome. So let me know when you come on here. I'd love to know why you exercise. That's just one. I talk about, like, for me, I want to be, there's a confidence that comes with being in good shape too. Again, is there room for improvement? Always. And even for a coach who's been pursuing a healthy lifestyle and progress, I've been progressing in my health for the past, really probably since high school. Played sports in high school, so I didn't really care too much because I was doing sports, so it didn't matter. And then college, when I stopped, and I realized, man, there was a turning point where I stopped exercising, and then all my classwork got really, really rigorous. And and then of course in college, and I put on the weight, and I was over 200 pounds, had like 36, 38 inch waist. You might've seen a picture I posted before, and I was a mess. That was a nightmare. Not only was I failing out of college, it was a terrible experience as far as my body and how I felt about myself and the confidence. And I'll tell you what, is that I not only, at 47 now, way 20 something years later, I have more confidence than I've ever had before. And again, it's not cockiness, it's just knowing that I'm taking good care of myself. Now, here's the thing. I hope that I don't get any kind of virus or COVID or any of that stuff. But I'll tell you what, I am feeling pretty secure that even if something were to happen like that, this virus or that virus or that I'd be able to handle it much better than if I didn't. So we could just talk on like reality of right now, right? Why exercise? Well, exercise, as you probably are aware, it builds your immune system. And how good is that for yourself? to be able to build your immune system. It's pretty hard to do. Not to say that one workout can't help, but you can't just do a workout here and there, or maybe, it's like trying to lose weight by eating a salad or two. And then, if you have 21 meals in a week and you're eating only 2 of those healthy and the rest, you can't expect to probably get into any kind of better shape or lose weight. So again, it's no different than exercise. You have to actually be a bit consistent with it. You also have to know what you need to be doing. But really, more importantly, why? That's the thing I always share with my coaching clients. By the way, if you hadn't known, I'm an online coach. I help moms and dads over 40. I help them. I have a signature program. It's called the Lean Body Breakthrough. And I help busy moms and dads that are typically over 40, not all the time, but most of the time over 40, because those are my people. It's in the season of life I'm in. And I say I have the most experience with. They have teenagers, or maybe they have kids that are a little bit older, and it's now time to start taking better care of themselves. And I help them do that without long workouts and impossible diets. There's one thing to say, hey, I want to lose weight. I want to get in better shape. But then knowing why you want to do it, not just hey, I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to actually, but why? Why? Oh, okay, I want to fit in that bathing suit. Why? Well, you want to have the confidence. You don't want to feel bad about yourself. You want to be able to enjoy life, be able to enjoy feeling confident in front of your partner, maybe knowing that you're being a good steward of your body, so that your kids and your family can have value in that you don't become a burden at such a young age. I see people that are having, terrible directions in their life with their health, regarding their health. And they're becoming a burden on their family at such a younger age. And I'm not talking about things like cancer. If you're unhealthy and overweight and you're not strong and you're not relatively fit, taking care of yourself, chances are your body's immune system's lower. Think about that when it comes time to something like, if you were to have something like cancer, it's going to be a lot harder to get through, right? And I don't wish that on anybody, but I'll tell you what, the value of having your body dialed in, it doesn't mean it has to be like chiseled 6-pack and be able to lift 500 pounds over here. We're not talking about that. We're talking about realistic, being more active than less, eating healthier foods than not as healthy foods, still enjoying life, but being the best that you can be. Your why is what is going to move the needle for you. So in this time where maybe you're stuck at home, or maybe you've had some time to reflect, and maybe you've been thinking about taking that to the next level, as far as I've been on this other side of the fence. I've been kind of down in the dumps, feeling bad about myself. I know I need to make some significant changes. I know I need to lose some weight. I know my kids are watching, and maybe they're looking at me why is my parents so out of shape? They may, again, and not to try to do it for them, but to say in general with that is, you have to realize that there's a lot of consequences based on what you choose or not choose to do when it comes to exercise, right? Because we're just talking about exercise. Now, of course, there's a lot more to it, but why not go through life when you actually have the ability to? You have the choice. The difference is you have the choice. Now, you can come to me with all the excuses, and for every excuse I can give you probably 10 to 20 examples. For instance, I had one the other day who actually just got started with me. And we were talking, and one of the challenges, she has 4 kids, and 4 kids under the age of 13. I think one's 11 or 12 weeks, relatively new, and one's 13 or 14. 4 kids, full-time, working mom, family, busy. And you know what? And realizing that not only as far as her busyness, it didn't get her in the way. And I hear that all the time, I'm just too busy. I don't have the time right now. It's just not, I'm going to wait till the timing gets perfect to make a choice to do something different. And the time is never going to be freaking perfect. Do you understand that? The reality is you're going to wait for the perfect timing, and you've probably been waiting maybe too long. And the problem is not that you just wait till the perfect time, that it's going to be 10 times harder. If you start now, say you're my age, 47, and you start, even if you're not even on the best plan, you can get on the best plan. Of course, I know what that best plan is because I actually offer that best plan. And it's a proven plan, and one that I've been working on for the past 25 years. And I can say is just making sure, as I see my son's backing out with our car, sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. There was 2 cars backing out, one of my neighbors and one in our driveway. So, but I would say is, oh gosh, and of course I lost my train of thought. But I would say is, you can make this change. Sorry, when I get distracted, that's just one of my downfalls. I do apologize. And I was on a bit of a good rant there. So I would say you have the choice. That's more or less what I was saying, is you have the choice whether to take better care of yourself, and you can choose now or you can wait. Say you're 47 like me right now. You can wait 10 years. Do you think if you just did nothing, timing is going to be perfect? No, it's going to suck. Timing might be perfect, but now your body's going to have extra weight. You're going to be 10 years older. It's going to be 10 times harder. And then you may be even more confused because now there's 10 years more of things that people are going to try to sell you. And you're like, well, why should I trust you? Well, because mine pretty much hasn't changed. I teach people how to eat healthy. I teach them how to build healthy habits. I teach them to move more and enjoy life. And I give them the accountability and I give them the clarity. The most important thing that happens when people come into my Lean Body Breakthrough Coaching Program, I know it's not the right fit because I'm not looking for people who just want quick fixes. I would say is, in fact, if you're like, oh, I just need to lose 10 pounds and, I know I could probably do it. That's perfectly fine. You could probably do that on your own. But I'm talking about that person that's on the struggle bus, right? That's maybe in the middle of stuck and struggling, right? And I didn't make that up. But I would say is that if that's you, if you've been struggling and you don't even know where to start, you're like still on that fence. You've been sitting on the damn fence for about 5 years. Maybe you've even been watching me from my early days in Facebook when I had a gym. I think it was when I first started doing Facebook way back 2009, 2010, back in there, about 10 years ago. Maybe did a little bit of Facebook beforehand. And maybe you've been following, maybe you've been watching. You see, here I am, I'm still promoting the same thing now. Mind you, I used to have a gym and it was more exercise based. Now it's a whole approach. Nutrition, exercise, accountability, clarity. It's something I love to do. I don't plan on retiring anytime soon. So maybe if you want to wait 10 more years until you're 57 and maybe wait until the timing is perfect and you think, but who knows what's going to happen? Look, nobody thought that we'd be stuck where we're at right now. In fact, right now might be the perfect time. You might have more time to be able to focus. Maybe this last 5 or 6 weeks in a period of being unlocked. I say lockdown mode, right? We're in this quarantine. Maybe it's giving you an opportunity to reflect on where you're at with your physical health. And maybe you're not in a very good place. And I would say is you're not too old. It's never too late. And trust me, I get it. I know maybe you're like, well, why? If I've tried so many other things, Mark. I've tried so many other things. I even had some success. I've lost some weight. 3 years ago, I had some success. And then, the trainer left, and then I didn't have the trainer I didn't like, or the gym closed down, or, I was doing this nutrition plan and that actually worked really well. And then just life got in the way. And, I get it. And then you tried some things, and maybe you've tried a lot of things and they failed. Look, I know if you're in your 40s and maybe you have some weight to lose, there's a good possibility, just as 100% of the clients that I've worked with over the past 100% of the past 25 years, maybe there's 2 people that haven't tried something that didn't work, that failed, and they felt like nothing was going to work for them. Like that's the thing, is that like, why should I try something different? Why don't I just kind of make do and just be happy being overweight, happy being out of shape, happy having no energy, happy having terrible sleep habits, happy feeling completely disgusted of the way I look and not even looking, happy with not ever being able to put a bathing suit on. Why don't I just do that? Because that's not fun. That's not how you should be living. You should be living like your best. I say like living my best life, right? Well, for me, it's way beyond the physical. For me, living my best life is living what God has for me. And I know regardless of where your faith is at, He has big plans for you to not only take care of you, but to live your best life, your healthiest life. And if you're off path with that, if you're like on the wrong path, you're in the wrong direction, I would love the opportunity to help turn that around for you. In fact, if you don't know why, maybe that's the first step, is thinking like, you know what? I know I could be in better shape. I know I'm not going to give up. Don't give up. You give up, then you're giving in. It's pretty much, you're giving in, and that's no way to live either. So listen, if you want some help, just send me a message. I'm going to post the link just below. And I have some cool things coming. I've been teasing you all about this. I have a challenge that's coming up, a 21-day challenge. It's going to be awesome. They're legit. There's some cash involved in that. If you get on a call, I'll tell you all about it before I literally announce it. And it's going to happen within the next week. I promise you it's coming. So if you've been patient, thank you. I just want to make sure things are perfect. I'm not waiting for the perfect timing. I'm literally putting it all together. But on a side note, I've been coaching clients for the past 25 years. Literally online, I've been actually doing it for 2.5. I have a business coach. I've invested into a coach significantly so I can develop and bring you the best coaching program, the best product, and the best chances for you to get on that better path. So listen, it does require an investment. The first step of the investment is to hop on a call to see if we're even a good fit to work together. So anyway, with that, today is understanding your why. Right now, I need to go get on this foam roller because I got some work to do, because I know my why. Do you know yours? Take care.